It is that time of year that does remind us of the beautiful democracy we have here at Queen Mary and Bart's in the London. Tonight, the sabbatical hopefuls will fire the first shots of their campaign. We will also be joined by the BLSA part-time position candidates. Tonight, they will have your say, but soon you will have yours. That is why here at QMTV, we have all your election coverage at the tips of your fingers.
So, thank you for coming.
Yeah, hi guys, I'm Raj, I'm the president of QMSU. We're going to start off with the Whitechapel part-time office candidates. Each candidate will have a minute to have a speech, and after that we'll open it to the floor for questions. After the Whitechapel part-time officers, we'll move on to NUS delegates with the same format again, followed by the student trustees and then the sabbatical officers. With the sabbatical officers, there'll be a slightly different format where they'll have a 1-minute speech. However, we'll open up to more questioning to allow more information and the candidates to give more answers. So we should just kick off straight away.
So, Sam Chester. Yeah.
So also, well,
how strict is the minute? Is it
very strict. I will be timing, and I'll give you a little wave when there's 10 seconds to go, and then we'll cut you off when the minute is up.
Just a quick question. Do you think that this was the best day to hold this off, considering that a lot of sports societies having their events in parts currently? Hockey are having a game, netball are having a game, football just had a game, rugby just had a game.
Well, timing-wise, this has been traditionally the way it's been run. The next day after the nominations have closed, we've had hustings for both Marlin and Whitechapel, and we don't see a reason why we should change that, and I don't see...
It was QM Wednesday last year, so it's just switched.
It's just switched around. Does anyone have any problems with it? No. Okay, so... Yeah.
When was that changed?
It's 2 minutes used to be for sabbatical officers, but because we have so many positions this time, we cut it down to 1 minute.
Okay, so regarding like the day and stuff, unless it's really pressing, I think we're here to listen to the candidates, so questions like that, if you want to come speak to myself or Raj or Phil or whatever afterwards, probably better to save those, to stay focused on the actual elections. So yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh.
Busy spring.
She's in Southend.
She's in Outcome.
We'll find out if anybody's
Oh yeah. Apologies.
Hi everyone, I'm Sam. I'm a secondary medic. I'm local welfare officer at Baths. I don't know if you've heard of welfare. To be honest, I haven't until quite recently. That's what I kind of want to change about it, to be honest. I want to make it more accessible because it's there for everyone throughout the year, and a lot of people don't know it's there. So to do that, I want to create like a committee from across all the years, not just my close friends this year. I mean, it was tried to be established last year, but I can hopefully really do it this year. I've talked to a lot of people who really want to be on the committee from year 5 to year 1, so that'd be really good. And also establishing the drop-in clinics, which sort of didn't quite get off the ground this year. That would be really great, a regular time and place you can contact the welfare officer. Done. I've been in the ENTS committee this year, so I know how to run quite successful union nights, so I've got a hell of a shaggy. Yeah. And a shag hands at big sound.
Is anybody here on Izzy's behalf?
Izzy's here. Izzy's in London?
Yeah, she's in London. I saw her today. I just don't know. Should I ring it? Well,
It's a bit too late. We have to carry on.
Yeah,
We'll
okay.
be able
I can speak on Izzy's behalf.
yeah.
Okay.
Shall I answer?
Yes, please.
Yeah, minutes.
I'm prepared and short, but Izzy's currently on the welfare committee. She knows how it's run. She's had an active role in all the different campaigns that have taken part this year, including helping out Kat with the Shag calendar, Shag Week, helping out with the drop-in clinics, which Sam mentioned earlier. Maybe it didn't go off to the plan that was put ahead at first, but there was something established, and she did help out in that, and she's aware what needs to be done for improvement. So experience-wise, Izzy has it, and she knows where to improve, and she's got a lot of plans, but you need to ask her. Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions for Sam or Isabella's representative? No questions? Oh, gee.
Would you bring back the welfare fund that we used to have?
Well, I talked to Kat Denning about it, and she really doesn't see the use in it, to be honest. I don't have a problem with giving out my mobile number or email. I think my HA email is a fine way to contact. I don't know about the welfare thing, I just don't see the use in it, to be honest.
Do you have any response? Okay. I will take 2 more questions. Jeeves again?
Yeah, sorry. One of the things we've talked about in the last couple of years, particularly with regards to welfare at BLSA, is we talked about the need for more support, especially for students that fail their final year exams and their resits, particularly later on in the course.
Yeah.
What's your perspective on a staff member or sabbatical officer that we potentially talked about as well?
Yeah.
And how do you see welfare working at BLSA given the restraints of having a full-time course as well?
Yeah, at the moment, all the resits people, they come through you towards the end of August, so I've made sure I'll be around. I've got all the contact details of all the people of Pat Denning who I need to meet in advance, so I can guide people through the failing resits and that sort of process. So I think I'll be able to do that fine, but I am quite pro for welfare to become a sabbatical position. Maybe not this year, but in the future, because yeah, talking to the previous one, there is a hell of a lot of work, but I'm prepared for it and I'll do it.
Didn't quite hear the full question about the sabbatical officer, but I don't think a sabbatical officer in welfare, the Whitechapel is feasible at the moment, given that the SPC meeting has been discussed. In terms of helping people out with resits and everything, Izzy's been a part of that this year. She knows what the structure is all about. I'm sure she will contribute and move that forward again next year.
And Rosa had a question.
That's fine.
It's fine? Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Okay, the next ones are the ones for VP London. So, should we get Jeeves and Mahir down here, and then yeah, Mahir speak first.
Oh, they need the microphone, do we? Right, so I'm here saying I'm running for VP London. I think everyone's going to talk a lot about their credentials for the jobs, but why they qualify. I think Rosa, who I'm slating with, the wonderful Rosa, is probably qualified enough for both of us, so I'm also building on SSLC and that kind of thing. So, VP London and VP Barts organise the marquee events which celebrate Barts' finest achievements. Why do I want to do it? Well, for the last 3 years I've been heavily involved with the SSLC. You know, that's more of an academic side, more of a student side, more ensuring that improving things such that future Barts and London students have training which is second to none. And that's something that I'm hugely, hugely motivated by. But now, as I take a step back, do my BSc year and leave the main curriculum, I really want to transfer that motivation into another realm. I'm not the biggest mover or shaker on the Bart social scene. I'm not part of that set. I already admit it. But when it comes to pride in your institution, those things are instilled.
Okay, hi everyone, I'm Jeeves. Most of you from Barts already know me. A couple of years ago I was the Barts and London president. It was a great time, I really enjoyed it. I still look back fondly on it. It's one of my proudest things I've ever done. This year I've done a BSc, I've taken another year out. And that means that I won't be graduating with my original year, the people I was a fresher with. They'll be graduating next year. Half of this job is representing our graduates next year, and I don't think anyone can do that better than someone that was a fresher with them and has spent 5 years with them. We talk about the marquee events. I've been to every single one for the last 3 years. I haven't just been to them, I've helped organise them for 3 years. That kind of experience you can't really buy. last year, and one of the big things about it was I tried to increase involvement from students. 2 years ago, when we had unprecedented interest in the marquee events, for example, graduation dinner, and we couldn't fit everyone in the marquee, I had another one flown in from Germany. That was extra large to make sure we could accommodate. That's the kind of commitment I would offer. I'm still as passionate as I've ever been about PLSA, and I don't think anyone could support a president as well as I could, because frankly, I've done it before. I know what it entails, and I want to help them reach their goals as well.
Any questions? Okay, we'll start at the top and we'll work down. So, Rosa?
As you've both been in positions within the association already, is there anything you feel you can achieve in this role that you haven't achieved in your previous roles?
Okay. As you know, I was student president at one point, and there were so many things that I started off that we're still seeing the effect of today. For example, I was the one that put in the first bid to refurbish the entire downstairs of the Griffin, something that worked, Laura's overseeing this year, and something I really look forward to supporting, because one of the main reasons we did that is we wanted to offer more to our students. We wanted to do more in terms of not just sports, but also for all of our students, doing things like film nights, things that we did for the first time in my year as president. What I'd like to do is really reinforce a lot of those things, help the president achieve their goals. Obviously, the main role is, of course, just representing our students and organising those events, but there's so much more that we have to offer. Just like when I was president, I put my first paycheck into the band room downstairs in the Union, I would still look to do the same kind of things and offer more to our students. Not just our sports clubs and societies, which we redid all the training for, not just setting up the website, which we also did in my first year, but really actually starting to use it, because that website still hasn't been updated since we created it 2 years ago. I think those are the kind of things we need to improve.
It's probably quite plain. I've never been president before. But what I have done, I've really, really enjoyed. Now I want a new challenge. Graduation, rites of passage, these kind of things are really important when it comes to showcasing Barts. When it comes to showing off Barts to the students, to the staff, to the members of the public, you can't get bigger marquee events than these. I haven't actually been to any of the events that I meant to run. Rosa's been to done all of that, but you know, I've been to the Commons, been to the Lords, both the House and the I know how black tie dinners work. I've been to Summer Ball in the High Consulate in Dubai. I do know how these things actually run, and what I want to achieve is to elevate the level that we're currently on to something bigger and better, and show that Barts in London is not only the best medical school in London, but one of the best medical schools in the country. That's what I want to see.
Keep all answers to questions to 30 seconds from now on. Overrun by a considerable amount of time. We've got another question here.
Right, you've both been in the SPC before. We've had a lot of chat about the events that you're going to run, but your title is VP, which is quite a hazy title. Your job, aside from that, is to support the president. What can each of you, do to help out the president without stepping on whoever it is toes?
Yeah, I think backseat driving is probably the worst thing that anyone could do. I've been on the SPC. I know what the SPC's role is when it comes to supporting the president. That's very key. What the president wants me to do, I'll do. If I want the president to input, I'll input. But I won't be subverting him, undermining him in order to achieve my goals and put myself in a limelight. It's all about the president, and that's what I want to see.
Again, it's something I would say is I couldn't agree more with Mihir. It really is about the president. But with any good president, you have a good team of people, in the same way that I couldn't have ever had anything like the year I had if I didn't have the most incredible SPC behind me. I had people like Ed Davis, I had people like Kate Callahan, and I had, Orla Callahan and Kate Laycock. People like that who had experience and had a bit of clout within the medical school and helped me to get the things I wanted done. And I hope I would offer the same to the two potential presidential candidates that are going for the job. It's something I've already, I hope, yeah.
One last question, if anybody has one, or we can move on. And no more questions, so we'll move on. Thank you very much.
The VP Barts now, so that's Rosa and John.
Rosa to speak first.
I'm this year's entertainment officer, so I'm well established in running events at our union. Through this role, I'm working with the QM staff, which are heavily involved with running all of the events that VPs run. I already have a working relationship with these people, which I think is going to stand me in absolute good stead for this role. I'm not going to bang on about what the events are, but I basically feel I'm the most qualified candidate for this position with the various things I've done throughout Barts. I'm heavily active in the student population, and although Mahir isn't a mover and shaker, I think I am.
Thank you. Hi everyone, my name is Sean Camphorn. I'm a third year here at Barts, and I'm running for the position of VP Barts. Why I think I would be good at this position is that I'm running on the strength of my experience, my passion for BL, and my reliability. How am I going to justify this? Well, since being at university here, I haven't been on the SPC like Rosa, but I do have an experience in a lot of different societies. I'm currently the treasurer for the boat club, and I'm the social set for the running club, which I helped set up last year. My first year I also helped set up the Gastronomical Society, which is sadly no more. But what I'm showing from this is that I have a wide range of experience in different areas of the student union life. What I hope to bring to the role of VP Bart is to include it includes many students at the union in the events such as the association dinner and the other marquee events. My reliability, 10 seconds, I'm not going to get through everything. Yeah, I'm finished, sorry.
Okay, questions. So, AJ?
Yeah, I didn't. Rosa, is Rosa and Mahir running together? Can I just ask why you're doing that and what you think that will bring?
We're not having direct questions to candidates.
Oh, right,
They're
so
having me both candidates. Questions to both candidates.
both of you running states, okay, so I'm so out of it. Yeah, so what do you think each team will bring to the roles?
Me and Mahir chose to run together because we're both in quite different social circles. We do different things at Barts, but we do work very well together, as we have shown throughout our years at Barts. We both work together academically and both on the SSLC in the same year. We think we both bring quite polar opposites into a role that needs various inputs from various experience.
Well, I'm running it as a slate of Jeeves, clearly. Why we came to decide to run as a slate, I think we'll both work well together, complement each other, and help support the president, hopefully bringing something each to the table.
Any more questions? Jeeves?
It's a bit weird me asking the question, but what do you think the sort of long-lasting impact of you getting this role would be? Do you have it all beyond just this year, or are there things you're looking to establish for the future?
Yeah, I think becoming VP would be a great opportunity to really put my mark on the university, my time here. What I hope to achieve, VP would actually to include more of the students in the events, because I feel at the moment a lot of the marquee events are underrepresented by people who aren't so involved, say, with sports and societies. And what I'd like is really to give them as much showing as the other students get.
Basically what John said. But I'm very Barts proud, as a lot of you probably know, and I'd like to, as Mahir said, take Barts into the next level. And I think by showcasing the university through these events that we'll be running is the way forward.
From Parker?
I don't know if either of you are doing BScs next year, but the position of VP means that you have to be very involved in the MBBS course and what's going on. If you are doing a BSc, do you think it will impede in your work as a VP, and would you be able to fulfil your role?
I am intending to do a BSc, we'll see how that one goes. But I think by doing a BSc, it allows me to step back and have enough time to deal with this role appropriately. I don't think it will be a hindrance to my involvement with the MBBS, as I'm very friendly with people in all different years, so I don't think that will be a problem.
Similarly, yeah, I'm applying for a BSc. I think it's a very good point that you do need to remain active in the university. And I feel next year that I'll still remain active in my different societies, so hopefully keep in touch with the issues that come to the fore next year, and hopefully I feel that I'm an approachable person and people could come to me if they felt they had an issue.
Okay, so the next one should be short and sweet. We've got Rag Captain, Aaron. Only one candidate.
Hi everyone, I'm Aaron. I'm a second year medical student. As you know, I'm running for Rag Captain. What I'm really passionate about is the rag that we have at Barts. It's amazing, and what I want to do is just make it bigger and better. The way that I'm planning on doing this is to get more dental involvement with the crash course and throughout Rag Week, and also try to set up some sort of alumni so that we can get the experience of the older years. For example, when Joy and Mira, the two captains before, when they go, I want them to be around to actually give help to the current captain and any other person who still wants to be involved. I also want to make sure that the future of RAG is actually secure, because in these difficult financial times, this might not be the case. So I want to try to set up some sort of a secure way of regular donation by people so that they can support RAG throughout time.
Just for the usual. Can you make sure your phones are on silent and turned off, because it's distracting for candidates and quite off-putting to hear somebody ringing. So any questions for Aaron? I'll go from the top down. So Lawrence.
Yeah, last year RAG raised about £170,000. You said you wanted to make it bigger and better. How feasible do you think it is to actually raise more?
Well, so far this year we've managed to raise about 27 grand, and with the help of the current captain, I managed to secure about 46 places with the marathon for marathon, and each of that's double from the previous year, and that should in itself bring about 60,000 grand in total, over 60,000. So if we can do more things like that, and maybe what I was hoping to do is publicise RAG more within London, for example, going on radio shows and things like that, or giving them calls and just try to get them more involved. That way, more people will know us, and then that way, more people will donate to us.
Brilliant.
Hi. If you're elected, are there any charities in particular that you would take an interest in? Like, is there any sort of cause that's close to your heart that you would pursue?
I'm open to all charities. I think every single charity is great. Sometimes certain charities give us certain prizes, for example, skydiving or things like that, which is really encouraging for the students to do that. So I might look into those more than favourably than any other ones. But generally speaking, it's to do with medical charities, since the cause is brilliant. But any charity we do.
And we've only got one more question, so thanks for the candidates. So we're going to go for Hannah.
What previous experience do you have in charities that would make you good for this role?
I've just mentioned raising with the marathon, helping with the marathon and doubling that number. But I've also a keen volunteer with Read International. They take books to Tanzania, and I was just driving for them down in Brighton on Monday. I've also, for my volunteering throughout the different various volunteering, I've won the Just Catchy Award. So I'm really good at organising things, so I should be able to do this. I've led projects here and abroad.
Okay, next are the ENTS officers, Amy and Salem. Okay. You're ready to
been heavily involved in the union since we got here last year. I've captained ski club. I'm social set for women's hockey this year. He's been fresher football captain. He's also DJ'd at loads of really successful events at the union. And I think that both of us want to basically just continue what's already been done the last couple of years with Laura when she did it last year, and Rosa and Dono this year, and also make events that are already amazing, like Toga Party and Tables Nights, continue those, boost promotion, boost attendance, and we also want to bring in other new events. We want to make sure there's going to be a big event at least every fortnight, because I mean, the union needs to carry on going. It doesn't, at the moment, it seems a bit low, but we need to bring it back, and we need to make attendance higher. So that's why I think it will be good. Vote Amy.
Any questions?
As you know, the union will be closed for a period, especially freshers, next year.
Potentially.
Potentially.
No.
Potentially. What would be your plan if that happens?
Take everything, hopefully do things in Charthouse area, so do things at the Barts Bar, make things more central around. So yeah, that's really what our plan will be, because they've got a licensed bar and everything. Obviously we're hoping that won't happen.
I've got a question.
Thanks. Do you say you're going to move into Bart's Bar? Because I've heard that needs to be renovated. It's got asbestos problems and various reasons.
Bart's Bar is essentially what the new Shield is. Bart's Bar.
Sorry, that's what I mean.
Oh,
sorry, yeah.
Bart's Bar.
I actually agree with you that the union's a bit low at the moment. But what are you going to do to change this? Because I don't think you can just say more pounders, more Toga tequilas, more tables, because that's not what attracts people.
No, we're not going to bring in, we're not going to make more Toga tequilas, we're not going to make more of these. We're going to bring in clubs and societies, see if like the rugby club, the football club, or if they want to maybe host a night, bring in ideas that we haven't had before, just go to like JEP, see if they want to run a night, or like dentists do a bit more things, because I think we're very much at the moment doing things that people are used to, not branching out enough. And I'm not saying anything, obviously, to Rose and Donna right now. But I think there's a lot more area to do that. So.
Okay, so thanks to this BLSA bid that we're working on, it's looking increasingly sure that we're going to have a brand new shiny, sparkling Griffin to play around with. How are you going to manage that new area? Because there'll be lots of different demands, and working with the commercial side of things, how are you going to manage that?
I think, unfortunately, sometimes there's a lack of communication between the ENTS officers and the bar staff, in that it's always quite understaffed. So I think we need to potentially put some sort of bottle bar or something upstairs, increase the staff. Me and Salem have already been speaking about ideas of what if we get in, potentially what we're going to do for freshers. And yeah.
Okay, so next are the dental representatives. So Robert and Adnan.
Hi, I'm Rob, and I like to think I've been involved in Barts since my first year, quite heavily. Been in the ENTS committee for 2 years, in my second year and this year. I work behind the bar, I've DJ'd, that was mainly last year. I'm also heavily involved in the dental society as well, which I think is beneficial for this role, especially because I'm meant to be representing the dental community and the dental society within the SPC. And that would help. Like, basically, I'm suited for the role perfectly. You can represent equally well. So I can do that. And that's pretty much it.
Hi, I'm Adnan, as most of you probably already know, and yeah, I think I should be the voice voice for all the dentists because I'm heavily involved with not only dental school but the medical school, and I take part in QM activities as well. I currently am the social secretary of Dental, so I've established myself as a presence amongst the whole dental community. I'm really based out there. I'm well enough throughout the whole dental school, amongst staff and students, and I think people will have the trust and belief in me. I'm very committed to the role. For example, on nights out, even though I don't drink, I've spent 4 hours providing vodka jelly shots and so on, and all these sort of things. I think together, me and Rob can really sort of speak up for the dentists and just get us really out there and provide a better image for us. So, thank you very much.
Yes.
Have you guys got any ideas for how to improve the education of dental students?
Okay, we've got ideas. Oh,
yeah, we have got several ideas. I think one of the other things that's going to be implemented lately as well by the current president that we're going to be involved in is the mentoring scheme as well, so providing a lot of help with a lot of dentists. Ourselves in particular as well have already kind of taken a lot of fresher dentists in the wing to help them get through the years. We realise that the fresher year is very difficult, and we are working towards, we're offering that help to anyone who requires it. And yeah, I think in many ways we can help the education system.
Again, yeah, the mentoring scheme. It's mummies and daddies is really good. I think that works for the social integration within Barts. But again, you'll never have enough dentist parents for dentist children. So you'll end up getting medics getting dentist children, and you can never get that help from a medic. Like what's clinics like for the first time, because we're like hands-on immediately within our second year. And I think this mentoring scheme that's been implemented will be perfect for these kind of situations, and then help the dental freshers get more of an understanding of what to expect clinically and not just socially, but I mean mummies and daddies as well. That's a great idea. Work with that.
Any more? Yeah, George.
What do you think of the relationship with the medical school, and how would you improve it?
For myself personally, I think dentists generally have quite a bad image because I think, no, honestly, because I think it's because we're not particularly involved in certain aspects. But for myself, for example, I'm involved very heavily with the football club. I get involved with a lot of other things. I'm on nights out where it's not just only dentist nights out, and I like to speak to all medics as well and really represent the dentists, not just promote the dentist to the dentist, but promote to everyone. I think I've definitely got the capacity to do that. Rob being an dentist this year as well, he's definitely gained that as well. So yeah, looking forward to doing that.
Practically what he said, that's what I'm going to say.
Can you guys just sort of expand more specifically why you're in a good position to sort of voice all matters concerning dental students to the whole of the student council, both at Whitechapel and Queen Mary's?
Why I think I'm in a good position is I was actually DCAT rep for my year last year, and that's that basically involved going to DCAT meetings, and that's somewhere. Do you know DEC? Do you guys have DEC? It's a dental education committee, and basically you'd have meetings there and you talk about the curriculum, and you do that with the dean and all sorts of dental members of staff and just bring up any points. So I was representative for my year last year as that, and this year, having been social secretary, both of us are social secretaries this year, so it's a 3-person role. We're required to go to SSLC meetings and dental meetings. And the SSLC meetings and the dental meetings is practically what we'll be doing anyway as SPC rep. Also, we'll be going to SPC meetings. And with the SSLC, we just, it's like any normal SSLC. So I just do this up here as well.
Yeah, like Rob's already mentioned, the SSLC meetings and dental meetings, we really gained a really strong insight into how the dental school works. And we're already part of being social secretary, sort of get that interaction between students and staff. And so applying these all together, me and Rob having similar roles beforehand, we think that we can really push forward and really get ourselves out there.
I've got the microphones and ask it. How are you going to reach the wider dental student who is not necessarily involved with the dental committee? And also, secondly to that, how are you going to hopefully get towards dentists being as involved as they were 25 years ago when we used to have a dental students president?
Okay, I think the two best ways, and this is like what we've been working on, and we've had actually the dental football tournament. Sports always brings people together because it doesn't involve drinking. Well, afterwards, it might. But it always brings people together no matter what, and it's good team bonding and building. And that's one of the highest turned out events. And you see people there who normally wouldn't come up and that's out. Dental football tournament. We got a football tournament against GKT.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know if we could work with the medics and get something sorted out there. Maybe with Amy and Salem and or whoever's going to be in next year.
Like Rob said, like the football tournament was a massive success because a lot of people that kind of stay away hidden did really come out. But one of the other things that we're sort of going to work on as well is student staff quiz and stuff like that. So we get all kinds of people coming out, so people don't feel afraid that they've got to come out and only do a certain thing. We're going to cater to everyone, and that's what we're planning on doing to hopefully ensure good involvement.
Okay, next is Dental President, Joe Smith and Eva. And Joe, you're speaking first.
Hi, I'm Joe, I like kittens. I'm running for the position of Student Dental President, and I haven't been on Dental Society this year like my opponent has, and so I'm lacking in that area, which is not a problem for me, I don't think. I've got a lot of experience in the medical and dental school. Socially, I've been part of the ENTS committee 2 years. I organised mummies and daddies single-handedly and paired up a lot of mums and dads together with kids. It was quite a lot of work, but it was very efficient. I've been social secretary of the Boat Club, which has involved organising social events for 60 plus people. A lot of the roles the dental student president has is organising social roles as well. My main manifesto, my main aim is to integrate the dental students into the medical society that is BARTS, because there's far too much difference between the two groups of people. I think better involvement in social, in clubs, sports clubs and society can really help with that, and that would be my aim. Thank you.
Hi guys, my name's Eva and I'm a 4th year dental student. As Joe's kindly publicised for me, I'm already on DedSoc as a senior committee member, and obviously that's given me lots of experience. I'm familiar with how the society runs, I'm on SSLC, I communicate with all the staff, students and the committee itself, being the General Secretary, so everyone's involved. But that's not the only reason why I want to do presidency. Today I had the opportunity, and I've done many years before, to be on the interview panel for people coming to do dentistry at BARTS who are currently doing their A-levels, so prospective undergraduate students. And one thing that they all notice about us is how we're unique, because we're a small dental school. We're more of a family than an institution, but we do still have the privileges of being related to an internationally recognised university. And I think that this is great and something that we should definitely build on. I'm also very, very committed to making the name of BARTS better. And at the end of the day, I think that all of us should leave with the skills to make us great dental professionals. Richard.
Do you feel that the Meet the Dentist night you hold at the start of every year is more to integrate or segregate the dentists from the medics? And if you think it's segregating, how can you change that?
I think that actually it is obviously marketed as Meet the Dentist because it is just because the dental school is smaller than the medics. It's nice for everyone to get together. Obviously, medical students always are encouraged to come along. I think to possibly get more medical students, I think would be important for SPC members to sort of relay that to the people in the medical society so that get more of a turnout, and that would be a good idea.
I think possibly the changing of Meet the Dentist to maybe a dirty doctors, dirty dentists and naughty nurses, that sort of event. Like we've had in the past, it's going to do far better. Rather than all dentists come out and meet the other dentists, I think it should be a more connected sort of thing. And I think the calendars should be aligned better. There's a lot of like Wednesday afternoons where dentists have lectures scheduled and rescheduled. I think, as president, I would completely remove that.
Here?
The dental school obviously does very well for itself. Would you argue that, you said that you want more medic integration or more medic kind of collaboration. Would you argue, or I would argue that you guys don't need it? What do you think of what I just said?
It's nothing to do with finances or grades or anything like that. I'm talking about dentists being more social, being less insular. They're not being cliquey groups. I mean, I have mixed solely with medics for my first couple of years at Barts. I mixed with a boat club, and I've made so many medic friends, and I know so many of my dentist friends that don't have those social circles and don't have those support groups on different courses, being able to talk about different things. And I think it's when I talk about integrating, I talk about a social aspect.
Well, I look at it more of a case that we are Barts and the London School of Medicine and Dentistry, and therefore basically we are joint, and it's our responsibility to be together. We will obviously work together, we're all healthcare professionals. I'm sure at one point some of us will want to then go on further study and do max facts, or even if it's referring to a dentist or a doctor for a different speciality. So it's important that we keep these links together, and that we just enjoy our time here, make the most of what we have.
I'm going to go for someone who hasn't asked a question yet.
I can ask the details and answers. I want to ask. Okay. Basically, Chris can ask after me.
Well, no,
it's the question. It's the same question.
So obviously being dental president, you're in charge of leading the whole of the dental committee, and you are essentially the voice of 500, 600 of dental students. What do you think makes you the best candidate for this job?
Basically, because at the moment my job is to actually give everyone their task list, so that's every single person on the dental committee. So I fully know their roles inside and out. I know what to expect from my team, and I think that I would be able to, as a president, lead the team in the best direction to just implement beneficial changes for dental students, not just socially, but also academically as well, so that, we can just have a better course.
I believe I'm fit for the role because I'm highly organised, very efficient. I won't be outspoken. I will make sure that any troubles that my student cohort have with anything in the staff or the structure of the course, I will make that very clear and not stop until something's done about it. And I think that's a very strong characteristic. I'm polite and I'm rarely late.
the next one is Communications Officer, Michael Salmon.
It's just one. Hi, I'm Michael Salmon. I'm running for Communications Officer. That's dealing with the Freshers Guide and the Vulture magazine. Handling other things like printing posters and things. I have a proven track record in graphic design, print design, layout design, and I've designed many of the posters you will have seen in the union, including the recent Adrenaline poster. I work for a medical student newspaper, doing a lot of their page layouts and doing illustration for them. I've worked more recently doing the graphic design for a commercial fashion show run by the City of London in Smithfield Market. I've also got proven management record and organisation skills. I was RAG ball coordinator. I was RAG image manager. Now, why should I actually do this, and what am I going to do? I feel like, well, okay, I
Time.
So what are you going to do?
Well, Well, I want to overhaul both the Freshers Guide and the Vulture. I want to make them more professional publications. I feel that, going through them, no offense whatsoever, I want to make them kind of easy to read, easy to look up information. So, in terms of Vulture, I want to make the article layout, for example, more clear, easier to kind of flick through and read casually while you're sitting around.
George.
The Vulture magazine is sort of meant to be underground club societies magazine. How linked are you with club societies and people in club societies to be able to have the contacts to...
Well, okay, I've been part of BL Rowing, I've been on their committee, I've been part of, throughout my years in Barts, been part of BL Hockey, I've been involved with RAG. I'm socially always out, I'm always around. People see me around a lot. And a lot of people do know me. So in terms of that, I'm very well connected. I know lots of people from different clubs. So.
And partner.
If you don't know already, I am the current community officer. The situation is that the has been given £200 as a Jack Petching award. Now, it is my decision what I want to do with that money. Now, based on your answer, it'll affect whether I want to spend it on something this year or give whoever gets communications officer
next year
privilege of spending that money. What would you spend it on?
Well, yeah, let me have a couple of seconds to think. Well, I'd like to invest it in actually getting the Vulture out there. I feel like it hasn't been well enough heard. So there's actually, I'll split it between two things. One of them will be promoting the Vulture, printing off some posters, getting people knowing about the Vulture, and also getting more people writing for it. So I'd like to have a big poster campaign. I mean, poster campaigns are mainly kind of a big thing that I do. And I want to get lots of people writing for the Vulture. So I'll actually advertise it out to the clubs and societies.
That's going to cost £200 for a poster campaign.
Well, it's not going to cost $200, but it'll be part of the money that will be spent. I'm a very frugal person, so.
That's it, thanks. Next is Campaigns Officer, Nicholas.
I want to run for Campaigns Officer because basically I'm involved in not just the medical school, but the wider world and our implications in the community. Especially, I think what we need to concern ourselves with here at the medical school is the environmental issue. We have no environmental policies. We have a handful of recycling bins kind of hidden in the corner, embarrassingly. And I think that would be something to really kind of just push so that we're aware of our impact. Also, I want to just support welfare generally and in any way I can, and keep people aware of what's going on at Queen Mary as well as at the medical school, because it's very easy for us to be insular and not really hear about campaigns or charities that are going on over there. That's basically it.
Lawrence?
As the Certain Campaigns Officer, I'd like to ask you a question. What's your policy on maybe the restoration of actually having a full-time member of staff for welfare and campaigns at Barts and London?
I want to check with exactly why they got rid of the old welfare member of staff, but speaking to a couple of people in my year and in the first year, and certainly from my experience last year, I found it very helpful having a full-time member of staff around, especially someone who wasn't actually a medical student, because it felt there was just that little bit more anonymity. I'd like to restore that if it's at all possible.
You mentioned that you want to become more environmentally friendly as a union. How involved will you get with the Green Impact Awards?
Unfortunately, I don't know the Green Impact Awards specifically. I do know, however, the people at various other universities, Green London, Green UK, People and Planet, who are also doing lots of environmental groups. I'm in contact with a number of people who are just running big campaigns up and down the country to do with people who were involved in doing the NUS protests a while ago, and they're also involved in environmental stuff, so I don't know the particular ones.
Okay, and please.
You said you want to bring in some new ideas. So do you have anything in specific that you've been thinking about implementing in campaigns?
I was thinking of setting up specifically a campaign's Facebook and Twitter page so that people can just check it every now and then. Because right now, I think most people hear about campaigns when someone does a shout out in the lectures, and that's all well and good, but it's very easy to miss, and it can get quite annoying. So it'd just be nice to just have something that say, you know, Twitter thing. Everyone come out today, there's a charity ball, something like that. Just in terms, and letting the freshers know especially that they can come to me through that, or just come and speak to me, be around in the university so they know to come and find me and know what's going on.
And that's just 3 questions. Thank you. We've got Mandy.
Okay, if you don't already know me, I'm Mandy, and I'm a second year dentist here at Barts. Like, since I've been here, I've loved like most of my time at Barts. Obviously, there's always ups and downs. But basically, you might have seen me working behind the bar at the Griffin, and working there made me realise like how important the SPC really is to Barts and like the spirit of Barts. Like you see, like there are locals in the Griffin, like people like Jews. Like you can guarantee it's one part in the night you turn up. And basically you just realise how important everything is, from running events to making sure everything's organised. So what makes me suitable for the job? Well, I'm not a public speaker, as you can but I'm willing to put in the time, the effort and all the work that's going to be needed to be a good secretary, and I'd love to work under either of the, well, not in that way.
I've got one. What would you do if one of the potential candidates came and asked you for sense?
Any actual questions? Do you know what's actually involved in the job of being a general secretary, and why do you think you're good?
Yeah, well, I've actually been the NUS social secretary for my college for 2 years, but basically I know you have to like, record all the minutes, make sure everyone's aware of what's happened in the meeting, so like they give them feedback. But be like, super organised, make sure you've got everything's ready for everyone to come, so you're doing a lot of the running around, I understand that. And yeah, all the kind of bits that kind of throw you.
Rosa, what would you do if an SPC member repeatedly missed the meeting?
Well, obviously, I'm not the president about it as well. But I don't know. I'd have to like work with the president. At the moment, I don't know how important it would be to be missing so many meetings, because I'm going to be honest, I haven't been on the SPC before. But I'd have to find that out. I'd have to find out what you do from the other secretaries.
Any more questions?